Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 best centers in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 10,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. But without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let's start off with number 10, which is going to be Hakeem Olajuwon. I don't know why I said Abdul-Jabbar. I guess Kareem and Hakeem sound similar, but Hakeem is pretty good still. He's just not as elite as he used to be. Still 7 foot with a 7'3" wingspan, so he's got very good size. 85 speed and excel is super solid. He's a good shooter. He's a very good defender, and he's a good dunker. He's got half anchor, catch and shoot, corner specialist, bronze limitless, which is fine. I mean, there's some centers on this list that have a bunch of that have really good limitless range, like half limitless, but most of them don't have it, and I'm cool with him having it on bronze. The thing about Hakeem, though, is he just doesn't move all that well at this point. His sigs aren't great. That doesn't matter that much, but his release is kind of mediocre. He doesn't have a great leaner. He's kind of just at this point, especially the release. He's not super fast. He's not a dominant defender. He's not a dominant rebounder. He's just kind of across the board. He's a very solid card, but he's not a next level incredible card at this point in the center position, especially with how many good centers we've gotten recently. So that is why I have him slotted in at number 10. Number 9 is going to be Karl-Anthony Towns. Speaking of guys with off limitless range, Karl-Anthony Towns can be that shooter for you at the center position off the pick and pop. 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan, hot spots from 4 out of 5 spots, 10 hoffs include masher, ton of shooting badges including half limitless, as well as brick wall and post lockdown. No half anchor, but at least he's got it on goal. He's got a couple good defensive badges. The defensive stats aren't incredible, and they do leave a little bit to be desired, especially since he is a little undersized, and that's going to be his weakest strength, or his weakest point is the fact that he's not a great defender, but he's a good dunker, a very good shooter, and has decent athleticism. I wish, again, the jumper was on quick. On normal, it's not that elite, and again, that kind of holds him back as well. Doesn't have great movement either. So Cat is good, but a sped up release, better defense, things like that would help elevate him further and make him go from number 9 to higher up on this list. Now, number 8 is actually going to be Marc Gasol, who's a new card that came out yesterday, and I think Marc Gasol is actually a very good card at the center position. So Marc is 7'1" with a 7'4" wingspan, so he's got elite size. He's got 79 speed and excel, which admittedly is kind of slow, but he's a solid dunker, a great shooter, and a really good defender. Half masher, post spin, catch, corner, limitless range, anchor, box up, brick wall, interceptor, post lockdown. He's an exceptional defender and a very good pick and pop shooter. Releases on quick. It looks weird, but it is a quick release, which is nice. And he's got the MJ dribble style Kobe escape, which is nice to have, at least to give you a little bit. He's got quick jumps off one as well, which is the best dunk in the game, but he's got at least a little bit of playmaking as well with him, which is very nice. And overall, he's a very good card. Does need quick first step added still, but overall, I definitely think Marc is one of the better budget center options in the game, and really is kind of a sleeper, but a very solid card at that center position. Number 7 is going to be JaVale McGee. This JaVale card's actually pretty good. I did a gameplay with him last week when I was shooting on late instead of early, so I couldn't shoot with him, but he can actually shoot pretty well. 7 foot with a 7'6" wingspan gives him super solid size. He's got decent speed. He's a very good defender, and then he's got 79 shot 3, 95 standing and driving dunk. I love the half limitless takeoff and posterizer. That's really nice to have in terms of being able to slash at an elite level. And even with gold anchor, he's still a great interior defender with really good defensive stats, great rebounding, and a great player build. Does need badges added. I would definitely recommend adding badges like Claymore and slippery off ball, as well as bailout, break starter, and quick first step to make him as complete as possible. But the release is decent. The movement isn't great, but he's a really good interior to big who can stretch the floor, shoot the ball well, and has great athletic ability, which is something that separates him from these other guys at the center position so far as how athletic he is, and that's going to help him out on both ends of the court. Now at number 6, I'm going with Wang, or ZZ Wang, and I think Wang is he's so good. This card is really solid in my team. He's a great pick and pop center, 7 foot with a 7'5" wingspan, amazing player build, 76 speed and excel is a little slow, but he's a very good shooter with gold limitless. He's got masher on half. He's a solid interior defender. Again, the stats defensively aren't amazing, but he does have really good defensive stats, or rebounding stats, I should say, and he does have a very good player build, which helps him out a lot on the interior. He competes on the interior, and he's a great shooter. The quick first step badge and bailout badge, as well as break starter, are pretty necessary badges to add on him, but he's an elite shooter, like I said, and the release is amazing as well. Malachi Flynn base, even on normal with this upper. This is one of the best releases on this list for sure, and he is an elite pick and pop big man who has the great player build that really helps him out defensively as well, and I really do think he's a great card coming in at number 6. Number 5 is going to be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem has been one of the best centers in the game for over 2 months now, but at this point the release just hurts the card a little bit, as well as the fact that his 3 ball is so low, 60, even with shooting badges added like catch and shoot, Claymore, and slippery off ball. Considering his release isn't very good, hurts the card. He does have silver clamp breaker, gold quick first, or silver quick first step that can be upgraded, gold bailout and break starter, half anchor, box blocks that beast brick wall. He's 7'2". He's got elite interior badges and stats on both ends of the court, but the release is very mediocre, which does hurt him. He's not a good shot creator either. So even though he's a dominant interior big on both ends of the court, the lack of shooting ability, where he's only going to hit when he's really wide open, does hurt him compared to pretty much every other center on this list who can shoot the ball at a little bit of a higher level. Now, number 4 is going to be Miles Turner for me. I like this Miles Turner card a lot because of his badges, especially. I really think he's a elite pick and pop big. I know he's only 6'11", but the Hoff Limitless with a really good release, Hoff Masher, and a ton of Hoff interior defensive badges as well. Does need bailout and break starter added, but he's a really, really good interior defender, very solid rebounder, good athlete, as well as good speed and a good shooter with a very solid release. Even a normal Miles Turner's release is better than a lot of the releases on this list. Does not move well, which is annoying, but elite pick and pop big who can also play really, really versatile, really good defense on the interior, is a top 4 center for me, and I think he's a great, great card. DRob is going to come in at number 3 for me personally. I think DRob is still great in my team. DRob has a lot to like about the card. That's David Thompson, not David Robinson. But 7'1" with a 7'5" wingspan is great size, 87 speed and excel, 87 shot 3, good dunker, very good defender, Hoff anchor, brick wall, pogo stick, post lockdown, rebound chasers, all those key interior badges, bully, masher, and post spin as well. Solid shooting and playmaking badges. Still does need break starter added, so I would definitely add that on and upgrade his bailout as well. But outside of that, he's very complete. No limitless range, but a great release. Even on normal, DRob's release is really good. Still does not move well, but I feel like he gives you the interior ability at least close to a guy like Kareem, while being a much, much better offensive player and especially shooter, which really elevates him over a guy like Kareem, and I think that's why he's number 3 on my list. Now, before we get into the top 2, I do want to point out I'm not including any of the power forward type guys at the center position, which means guys like KG, Chet, Kevin Garnett, etc., who might be top 5 centers in the game, and all, in my opinion, are top 5 centers in the game if you include them at the center position, aren't on this list because I think they're better at power forward, and I think that's their better position. So keep that in mind. But Oluwakandi comes in at number 2 for me. I love this card. I think he's incredible, even for only having a 73 ball and no base shooting badges, because you add catch and shoot Claymore and slippery off ball on him. He also needs bailout and break starter, but he's got clamp breaker and quick first step, really good interior badges on both ends of the court, great interior stats. He's quick, and he's a really, really good athlete with great dunking badges and dunking ability. And then he's got the DRob release, Al Horford upper on quick. This is the exact same release that Joe Smith has, except it's on quick. He's got normal leaner, and he moves really well for a center as well. MJ dribble style, normal size up, Kobe escape, Steph behind the back, and quick drops off 1, all incredible sigs to go with a great, great release, which is what elevates him over Kareem. He's got a +10 3 ball, which helps in the first place, but then he's got a way better release, and he's got the interior ability with a massive player build to compete on the level on the interior of a DRob or a Kareem or these other elite interior centers, but he also does it while being able to play make at a super elite level with great sigs for a big man and an elite release, and I think Oluwakandi is absolutely incredible. The Candyman comes in at number 2 for me, but no surprise, the best card in the game still and the best center in the game is Yao Ming. There's no surprise there. He's incredible. 7'6" with a 7'9" wingspan, hot spots from both corners, 15 Hoffs, only 12 gold badges, but I don't care. It's a million interior Hoffs. He can actually shoot the ball very well. 80 speed and excel on a 7'6" player is unbelievable. He's a really, really good shooter. 78 3 ball seems a little low, but his release is elite, and he's a great dunker and a dominant interior force on both ends of the court. He's a masher, interior defender, and rebounder. The release is awesome. Robert Williams base, SGA upper on quick is super easy to green, and he even has the pro dribble style, which while it's not great on a guard, on a 7'6" player, he actually gets pretty good burst animations and can move pretty well when you add a badge like quick first step on him, and he is an incredibly dominant card. Y'all know how good Yao is if y'all played against him. He's the best card in the game and definitely the best center currently in my team. So this is my ranking of the top 10 centers currently in the game. Let me know what you think of my list down in the comment section down below. If there's anybody you think I ranked too high or too low, or left off the list entirely that you think does deserve a spot somewhere in the top 10. But if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.